Two people meet at a time and a place where they were not supposed to be initially. It is destiny, serendipity, fate. Eyes are met, dreams are shared, and life seems all rainbows and sunshine. Or in the words of Imtiaz Ali,
वही कहानी फिर एक बार मजनू ने लिए कपड़े फाड़ मार तमाशा बीच बाजार.
Hi everyone, welcome to Kitaabi Cabins. I am Kritika and this is Essays in Love. Essays in Love written by Ellen T. Porton. He is a Swiss-born British author. He wrote this book when he was 21 years old and got it published at the age of 23. It is his first book. The book is a novel in a format of essays. It has paragraphs numbered 1, 2, 3 and so on. You can pick any chapter randomly and you'll be able to make sense without any pretext or subtext. It deals with different phases of the relationship, starting from romanticism, creating a destiny story about all fate that, we would not have met if we would not have boarded that plane or took a particular course in college and got interested in so and so stuff. It deals with the psyche of a person that has just started to admire somebody, whose mind has sort of taken over the rationality or logicality of life. I really like the first two chapters because it goes into the psyche of the person, where you're dealing with the heart, but your mind is constantly analyzing, like, there's something that I would not normally approve of, but I'm totally into it right now. It talks about how a human inherently likes somebody or just admires somebody with the quality that they themselves lack, but subconsciously they want to have. So it makes them feel that it is a void that is being filled, like they are fitting a piece of a puzzle, and it makes it feels them whole. It deals with how two people who are trying to grow together sometimes might succeed, but sometimes they might eventually grow apart. How the other person becomes a part of you as much as you are a part of yourself. And as we so easily find flaws in ourselves, it becomes easier in finding flaws in the other person who you once admired, for all the qualities that you did not have, but now it seems irritating. It is a blend of fiction and non-fiction, of the mind and the heart. It is a blend of personal experiences crafted into some fictional characters, and it also gives academic insights, some philosophical insights. Very much into philosophy, it's quoting Plato and Kant. As a reader, it's so intriguing because you're not analyzing it, you are just written what is being analyzed by the author very beautifully, and it gives you very intriguing insights about the human brain and heart, like actually how we operate on a human level. And no matter how much you admire someone else, love someone else, how a human instinct is strongly based on survival. Some of the chapters, because of just this reason, made me so uncomfortable just due to their brutality of truth. And the chapters are named like love or liberalism, false notes, romantic fatalism, idealization, intimacies of the heart. This is an interesting chapter. What do you like about her? So one of the friends of the protagonist asks him, what do you like about Chloe? And it gets the protagonist interested. Like, the friend did not ask what is likable about Chloe or what is lovable about Chloe, what are the good qualities of Chloe. He asked, what do you like about her? And it makes him think that actually the likability or lovability of another person is very much dependent upon others, and how much capacity can you adore someone else and find things beautiful that they might not like about themselves. I won't say that every reader might have gone through same phases of a relationship, but you will be able to draw some very interesting insights out of it. And it also gave me a lot of books or authors, mostly philosophers. If you're a part of the Chalchitra book club, or you have like a group of friends of your own who read the books together, do one thing: that once you're finished with the book, ask your friend which chapter did they like the most, because it will give you a little hint about what they think about love, what they think about relationships in general, or the concept of it, and what intrigues them the most. I think some of the chapter will hit each individual differently. Do not miss the introduction, by the way, by Sheila Hiti. The first two chapters are really interesting. I'll read a line. We fall in love hoping We won't find in another what we know is in ourselves. All the cowardice, weakness, laziness, dishonesty, compromise, and stupidity. The first two chapters also reminded me of a theory by Paulo Coelho in the book Breeder. He is talking about soulmates. Yes, he's talking about that concept. He gives the theory that before coming into physical forms, you and I, we are energies, right? And energy gets broken down, transformed, or broken down into 2 or 3 pieces, and it takes difficult physical forms. And eventually, when later in life you meet the other physical form, physical body, you encounter a part of your own energy that you were once whole, and you feel like, oh, I know this person. It seems familiar. It feels like a part of me. It feels like, oh, how have I survived for this long without you? It is a piece of a puzzle. It fills your void. According to him, you can have multiple soulmates depending on how many parts the energy got broken down into. And not necessarily a romantic relationship here, but could be a childhood friend, distant cousin, or a neighbor, or hopefully a partner. The book is interesting. It was a different read from what I was reading before. I really liked it. Comment your favorite chapter. Really like to see which chapter intrigued you the most. I don't want to recommend you this book to read it in one go. Keep it slow. Otherwise, it is not redundant or repetitive in nature, but because it is constantly talking about relationships and love and too much analysis, philosophical analysis is going on, so you might miss out on some really important things. So take it slow, maybe one chapter at a time. Do read it, and I will see you next time.